What is going on, everybody? You know what? I could not be more excited to bring you this video than I am today. You guys know from yesterday's video, I'm a little ecstatic about Kingdom Hearts. And if you guys don't know, I love it. Ever since my buddy Zach Pope, ever since he introduced this game series to me, I've gone through as many of them as I can. I'm super excited. Kingdom Hearts 3 might quite possibly be my most anticipated game of next year. I'm super pumped out of my mind. And I'm going to be reviewing as many of the Kingdom Hearts games as I've played until the end of this year. So I figured before I get into reviewing all the rest of the Kingdom Hearts games, why not rank every Kingdom Hearts game that we've got? And I figure let's go from the bottom to the top and let's go from there. You guys know, for those of you who are fans of Kingdom Hearts, there might be some surprises in here. There might be some shocks in here. You might get angry at me for how I have these ranked, but we're gonna try, or at least I'm gonna try to make this as fun as possible. So let's get right into it. And hey, if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for showing up. And if you've never heard of the Kingdom Hearts series, it's one of those systems that you had to pick up a PS4 for. In fact, that's how I got into the Kingdom Hearts series. Is I got a PS4 and I got the Kingdom Hearts collection, the remastered collection, and it's brilliant. But you know, enough of that. Let's get right into the ranking. So let's start out right at the very bottom. I'm going to be talking about 4 of the main Kingdom Hearts games. So number 4 for me is the original, the tried and true Kingdom Hearts. You know, I love the original Kingdom Hearts. You guys know this. And I can't say I've ever played a bad Kingdom Hearts game. And it's pretty interesting, actually. The first Kingdom Hearts game is actually something that I adore. I love it. The way it introduces us to this world of Keyblades and darkness and light and Heartless. How it introduces Sora, Riku, Kairi, and introduces them to a larger universe. They try to get off their island. They want to get off their island to explore, and they eventually do. And the way they show this whole scope, this magnitude of a story, and how they escalate it and capture it in just 25 to 30 hours of gameplay, it's pretty impressive. But my only issue is that when it comes to the first Kingdom Hearts game, it's one of those games where the mechanics of the game, I can definitely see, even though it's remastered, they are still a bit slow. Some of the mechanics are very irritating. And I'm not talking about difficulty, although if you're not careful, it can be very difficult. I thought the difficulty was fine. I love a good challenge when it comes to games. But the fact of the matter is, some of the way the artistic direction was taken, the way some of the art looks, the way some of the scenery looks, the way some of the mechanics look. It's not smooth and it's not as good as it possibly could be. However, I can see why when this game originally came out, why it would be considered revolutionary and a blast to play, because it really is. Mechanics and all that stuff aside, it's a great game. And if you haven't, pick up the remastered edition and go play it. Alright, moving on to number 3. Number 3 for me. Holy smokes. You know what? I completely forgot. Why didn't I even think about this? I did know about Kingdom Hearts before I talked to Zach about this. How did I forget about this? The first game that I ever played in the Kingdom Hearts franchise was Kingdom Hearts 362 over 5 days. This game, I completely forgot that I had played this game, but nevertheless, Kingdom Hearts 362 over, it's either 362 or 365 over 2 or 5 days. It's one of those. But this game, this is one of my personal favorites because, honestly, Organization 13, it's one of my favorite sets of characters and an organization in an anime game type thing. These are some of my favorite characters that I've ever been introduced to. And the way the story progresses, yes, the way this game chooses you to do your missions, it's annoying, it's irritating, it's kind of generic because you do the same kind of missions over and over and over again, and that's just pathetic in my opinion. However, this game does have nostalgia with me, and Roxas, Xion, and Axel, their relationship in this game made it for me. The battles are fantastic. The battle mechanics inside of 365 over 2 days, it's kind of great. And It's one of the games that was ported from going from the PlayStation systems into the DS, into the not 3DS, but DS, Game Boy Advance, whatever you want to call it. And just the way the story progresses, the way everything unfolds, I'm still very, very fond of this game. I might have to play it in a little while, but I haven't played this game in a little while, so it might be lower than Kingdom Hearts if I had played it again. But as of right now, nostalgia factor, what I remember from the game, that's where I have it. Now, number two. Number two is the game that I just recently completed, and that is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. It's the story of Terra, Aqua, Ventus, and their journey to stop Master Xehanort. This game, what I like about this game is they were able to fit what would be essentially the story that would take up a Kingdom Hearts game and simplified it. Each story, you have 3 characters with Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. They all have their own skills, strengths, and their own unique personalities. In each one of their stories, takes somewhere between 6 and 10 hours to complete. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so impressed with the mythology and lore they were able to put in here. And having Leonard Nimoy and Mark Hamill doing voices in here, that's nothing to be ashamed of. This game is great. This game kind of reminded me of Lord of the Rings in a sense, if it was thrown into a Kingdom Hearts game. What I love most about, and the mechanics of this game, the way this game changes up the battle strategy when it comes to the other Kingdom Hearts games. I know that was one thing that irritated people when it comes to Birth by Sleep, but it's the one thing that I love. Plus the one thing, Terra. Terra is the most overpowered character I think I've ever seen in a game ever when it comes to his attacks and special abilities. And the difficulty. One thing I love about this, between this and my number 1 spot, is they both provided a great set of challenges for me. This game was extremely challenging for me to get through. It allowed me to to create different strategies of how to get through it. And the story, I can't say enough about the story. The way this story progresses, it's epic, it's gigantic, it's fantastic. And like I said, they were able to squeeze an epic proportion, what would be 25 to 30 hours of Kingdom Hearts gameplay, and squeeze it into like 18 to 20 hours. And that is something that thoroughly impresses me, because gameplay wise, the story, all of it is just genius. And I love the way how they split up the characters. Now, why is it number 1? Well, I guess my biggest problem with here is something that I had with the other Kingdom Hearts games, is that although I love the mechanics and how this whole game is operated, so many times when I was playing this game, things were not smooth. There would be static, the characters would freeze, or the camera would go against a wall, I wouldn't be able to move. Maybe that's just me personally, but sometimes the mechanics would slow right down. They would be staticky, they would be glitchy, it seemed like there were bugs. So that was really the only problem I had. But other than that, Birth by Sleep is honestly one of the best games I've ever played. And now we move to number 1. And this probably is not going to be a surprise to any of you Kingdom Hearts fans out there, because number 1 for me is probably number 1 for so many other of you out there. I know for a fact that it's number 1 for my buddy Zach Pope as well. And that is Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2, the way they progress Sora, Roxas, Organization 13, and all the characters that we have met up to this point, and give them a level of depth, and give them a level of understanding. That's why Organization 13 is so understanding, because they're villains with understandable motivations. They're villains that just want to be human again. And then you have Sora, Riku, and all of these other people who are trying to save the world from what these guys are doing, because understandably, it's twisted and evil. And the gameplay, the story, everything came together perfectly. This is one of my favorite stories in terms of games ever that I've ever seen on screen. And the way the controls are just so smooth and so free-flowing and just so great. Even the battle mechanics in here. The way that they have overpowered Sora towards the end of this game is some of the most amazing stuff I've ever seen on screen. The new abilities and modes that you unlock in this game. It's quite, honestly, it's up there with being my favorite game of all time. I love Kingdom Hearts 2. The way that the genius part of the whole Kingdom Hearts franchise is the way that they involve all these Disney worlds, all the Disney characters, and of course the Disney scores. The scores that they put inside the Kingdom Hearts games are phenomenal. They're fantastic. They're just so well done. And I can't say enough. Guys, if you have not had a chance to play the Kingdom Hearts franchise, when you get the money, if you get the money, pick up a PS4, buy the remastered edition, and do yourself a favor and play these games. I love the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and that is my ranking. Let me go over them again for you, so if you just showed up. My ranking for Kingdom Hearts is the first Kingdom Hearts game, 362 or 365 over 2 days, Birth by Sleep, and then Kingdom Hearts 2, which that last one definitely is not a surprise for many of you. But guys, I love the Kingdom Hearts franchise, if you couldn't already tell. But you know what? Video's over. I want to get your thoughts on this. I want to know what your thoughts are on the Kingdom Hearts franchise. What do you think of these characters? What do you think of these worlds? What do you think of these games? Whatever your thoughts are, make sure you put them down in the comments section. Did you like them? Did you hate them in some sense? Or are you indifferent because you've just never played them? Whatever your thoughts are, I want to know your thoughts. And of course, if you guys want to get in contact with me, you can. Just go right up there. All my social media links are up above. And if you want to see a great podcast that me and my buddy Zach Pope do, partially talking about video games, but mostly dissecting movies with some of our great friends on this platform, click right over there to the Sweet Film Podcast and click right up there to catch the past couple of video game reviews that I've done with The Last of Us and, of course, with Kingdom Hearts. You guys are all fantastic, and if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe and become part of the fray of nerds who love cinema. You all have a fantastic day.